Hello, hello, and welcome to the Fairy Coach Tarot channel. My name is Raquel. Thank you for being here. Today, I bring you another pick a deck or pick a fairy in which we are going to get messages from Spirit for this weekend, right? So, what is the main guidance for this weekend, and then breaking it down on what's suggested for Saturday and for Sunday. Okay, so we are going to pick the deck or the fairy that resonates most with us, and then we'll start looking at those messages. So I always recommend that you are in a place where you feel you can be comfortable and that is undisturbed, so you can connect with me and with the energy of this video. All right, so roll those shoulders back, move the neck from side to side to move that energy, and let's take a deep inhale together. Inhale through your nose. Hold at the top for a couple of seconds. And exhale through the mouth, releasing all the tension and elongating that exhale. All right. Roll those shoulders back one more time. Wiggle a little bit your upper body. All right. That shakes our energy. And now just look at these three fairies. You have blue, yellow, or purple, and choose the one that intuitively calls you. Which one would be the one for you? Ready? Okay, if you need more time, you can pause the video. Let's begin with the blue fairy today. All right. Okay, we are going to tell the cards what it is that we want, right? And set the intention. We would like guidance for our weekend. The main advice, keeping in mind the energies of the weekend or what's around us, and then breaking it down into Saturday and Sunday for the best steps to take. All right. Oh, I forgot one very important part. We always give a prayer of protection. So please give us advice for this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, what's suggested for us in love and light for our greatest good. Okay, now we go. All right, let's see what's the main advice for the weekend. All right, 3 cards wanted to come out for the main advice, right? I usually shoot for one, but whatever wants to come out, and I let it. Okay, so that's the main advice for the weekend. And now let's look at the Saturday. Okay, Saturday, 1 card. And now let's look at Sunday. Ooh, Sunday. And more than one wanted to come up. 2. All right, perfect. Let's put the rest of the cards away. And let's begin with the main advice or guidance. And it's important to get them in order because the order, what's the meaning will change depending on the order. I was getting tongue-tied. All right, so the cards that answer our call for the main energies and what's advised for us this weekend is the Knight of Swords, the 10 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Wands. Interesting because we have 3 suits here. They are all minor arcana. We have swords, that's the air element. We have pentacles, the earth element, air, earth, and then fire with that 7 of Wands. So let's begin with the Knight of Swords. And looking at the energy forecast of the weekend, or what's we are guided to do, it says this is a weekend of action, right? But action or taking steps forward, but of thinking, right? Not being impulsive like the Knight of Wands would be. This is more of a plan, a strategy, right? And the swords, that it's our mental abilities, our communication, right? This knight is more of a strategist. He does have action. He moves forward. He doesn't stay in a passive role. I'm sorry, there are my cat's hairs everywhere. So sorry. And so this night is all about taking action. That is what he would tell us, right? The spirit of this tarot card would say, all right, it is time for you to take action. The energies call for you to take action, but not to take action blindly or impulsively. Now, look at your weekend, right? Think about the things that are weighing in your heart, those things that are important to you, okay? And any events that you have to have coming up, or if you don't have anything that you would like to plan, strategize, make a plan, and then take action towards that, right? And the Ten of Pentacles says, all right, if you do this, right, let's saying that you're listening to this night, strategizing, planning, and taking action towards what you would like this weekend, then the Ten of Pentacles says, and remember, okay, make time for the people you care about and for those relationships that you're grateful for, all right? So be this perhaps a group of friends that you have. Perhaps it's your family or your partner and your kids or your parents who you haven't seen in a while. Whoever that is make a plan this weekend, take action, but remember those people that your relationship with them is important to you right now, and show your appreciation and your gratefulness that they are in your life by doing something special. It could be as simple as a phone call or a text reaching out, just letting them know what they mean or making plans with them. But keep in mind the people that are important in your life, right? And the Seven of Wands, that is the card of defense, right? He looks like he's defensive. But the Seven of Wands, his message to us, or the message of the spirit of this card to us is, and remember who you are too, right? Remember what you stand for. So it's a time to look at your values and the things that are important to you and stand up for it. So quickly, a recap on the main guidance for your weekend. This weekend, the most important thing is for you to make a plan for the weekend, to strategize, to include reaching out to the people that are important to you, and also to remember your values, what you stand for, and be strong in that position. Now, let's break it down for Saturday and Sunday. So for Saturday, we have another 7, right? But here is the 7 of Cups, right? And the 7 of Cups says, oh, Saturday, you may have more than one option in the air for you, right? So there may be different things on Saturday that call you, that feel interesting, that spark joy in you, right? So look at all your options. So the 7 of Cups says, okay, it's time to see the options that are out there for you, right? And here is what I want you to do, this exercise. Take a deep breath, right? Close your eyes and look at the options that you have on Saturday. Look at each option, right? That you have, or things you could do this Saturday when you're starting to plan. And whatever in your heart gives you contentment, joy, choose that one. All right? So you don't have to do this exercise right now. But once you are planning, because here it tells you to plan your weekend and see the things. So if you are in between things and you're observing everything, your choices, the one that warms up your heart the most, that's the right one for you. Okay? Now let's look at Sunday, and 2 cards answer our call, and it's the spirit of the 6 of Pentacles and the Hierophant. All right. So the 6 of Pentacles for Sunday is asking for your, again, we're looking at relationships mostly, even though it's the earth element, right? These are cards of give and take, right? And this one is, it's about what you give to others, and it's about being balanced, right? But it's not so much on the emotional level. But on other things like your time, your effort, right? How many of us have had, the other day I was thinking about this. I'm going to ramble here for a minute. Friendships that something just doesn't feel right, but you don't know what it is. And then you start realizing that you are the one always saying, hey, let's grab a coffee, or hey, let's hang out. And something has been off, but you haven't been able to name it. And then all of a sudden, you realize that when you hold that of like, okay, I'm not going to say, let's grab a coffee, let's get together, let's meet up, the other person doesn't offer. So I'm saying this because that's the example of an imbalance in that friendship or in that relationship when you are always making the effort. There needs to be a balance of give and take in relationships. And it's not about keeping score or making it transactional, but it is more like I am putting effort, and sometimes you may not, but it should be more both of a give and take than not I am giving, because then it creates resentment and it actually shows where somebody else's priorities are. So, all that being said, because Sunday is about noticing patterns, and not only people that may not reach out to you as much, but maybe unconsciously you are doing this. So, this Six of Pentacles says examine those relationships that are important to you, because here we have it in the main message. And make sure you are putting effort and they are also putting effort, right? So here it tells you reach out, do something nice, part of your weekend for those relationships that mean something to you, right? It is about taking action with something like a text, getting together, whatever. But on Sunday, it's about noticing if there is a good balance and reciprocity, all right? Excuse me. And then we have the Hierophant. And what does the Hierophant say about this? Remember that the Hierophant says, be a little bit more, the advice would be to be a little bit more of a support system in these relationships, that the ones that you feel there is that reciprocity and that balance. And it is like, you know a lot, right? And you're both the student and the teacher, I always say with this card. So see if somebody needs your advice right now. See if somebody needs your support. And also be willing to ask somebody for support and advice if you need to. This is what Sunday is saying, or the advice for Sunday. All right, so we have to plan the weekend, take action. One moment, I have to drink a little bit of water. All right, I'm back. I just needed a little bit of water. I was losing my voice. All right, so take action, right? But keep in mind the relationships that are important to you this weekend, and make sure that you do something special. Could be something big or something little, as just reaching out, sending a text, or calling, right? Also be very confident on who you are, what you stand for, and your values too. It's not about doing things in a way that compromise who you are. On Saturday, there may be more than one option in the air that feels appealing to you. So Saturday, make sure you exercise choosing the one that emotionally resonates more. And on Sunday, it's to take a look at the relationships in your life, but to see if they are balanced, to see if it's reciprocal what you give, what they give to you, or if it's one where you're giving more than they bring, right? Also, it may be time to think about if somebody in your life needs support and wisdom from you right now, or if you need to reach out to somebody and ask for their support. So here you have the main messages and guidance for your weekend. If you like this reading, give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, all right, and get these notifications for our weekly videos and those daily shorts. And remember, you can reach out if you have any questions about my services or purchase your pre-recorded readings through my Gumroad storefront, or book a session for a live session with me either by phone or video call. All right, and you can find more information on my website. Now, let's go look at the Yellow Fairy for those of you who picked that deck. And here comes the Yellow Fairy. All right, let's look at the Yellow Fairy for those of you who picked this one. Let's move the energy of the cards a little bit, wake them up, and set the intention. So we would like guidance and messages for our weekend, and breaking it down into what's recommended for Saturday and for Sunday in love and light for our highest good. All right. All right. Main message. Ooh, 2 cards for Saturday and Sunday. All right, more straightforward this deck. And let's see. So the main advice comes from the Tower. Now, the Tower is a card usually that brings a little bit of fear, but in this case, the Tower, the spirit of the Tower, is giving us advice. And the advice for our weekend is to look at anything that we feel is not working in our life, right? Sometimes there is an area of our life, or there is a relationship, or there is a situation, whatever it is, that's not working, and we're not doing anything about it. The Tower is a major arcana card, so it comes with that like knock knock, please answer the call and listen well. And the Tower is saying right now, look at whatever is not working and that has not been working and that you've been putting up with it, and have the courage to either tear it down and rebuild it. So if it's a relationship, to have a different approach, to go to therapy, to do something different so the relationship gets built different. Or if it's a relationship or something else right now, whatever it is that it has not been working, maybe it's time to say goodbye and liberate yourself from all that headache. So this advice comes with homework. And it is, look at anything in your life that has not been working, right? Here is saying there is something that has not been working for a while, and you are just holding on to it or doing the things the same way, and it's not working well. So look at it with a critical and open mind, and either change it, build a new foundation around it, or let it go and start with something new. All right. Now, for Saturday, how that breaks out into Saturday. And the 4 of Cups and the 5 of Swords are answering our call. And what does the spirit of the 4 of Cups saying? All right, it's Saturday. How are you feeling? Are you feeling unmotivated? Is there an apathy in the air? What's going on? So the 4 of Cups is saying, all right, there is something that may be being offered to you that you are not seeing. That could be an opportunity. That could be a relationship. That could be a friendship. That could be an invitation to go out. Whatever it is, you're not seeing or do not want to look at the full potential of that, right? And you are acting well, whatever, or unmotivated, or not even realizing it's there. And so the advice of the 4 of Cups is, look at everything that's around you. Look at the opportunities that may be offered to you. Look at the options that may be being offered to you, and you are not seeing, or you are not giving it the time of day, right? And the 5 of Swords, the advice that the 5 of Swords is saying is, choose your battles, really. There are things that are not worth arguing, fighting for, or even giving it a second thought. And that could be going here together, right? Because there is something that is not working that needs to be changed. And interestingly, for Saturday, your homework or what the cards ask you is to look at the things that are being offered to you that you're not looking at, or even if you know they are there, you're not paying attention to, and to choose your battles and not to really put your energy in something that's really not worth it for you. All right, and what is being advised for us on Sunday? Beautiful major arcana, the Wheel of Fortune. And again, I do like this because it's when the major arcanas come out, it's not only advice, it's like, pay attention. All right, so here it's saying Sunday, the energy in the air for you is shifting. And there are some changes that are recommended that you make, and some things moving into another level, more beneficial to you, right? So if we put it together, it makes a lot of sense. So there is something that you need to examine that is not working and has not been working for a while, right? Either it's about letting it go or rebuilding different. On Saturday, look for different things that are being offered to you. It could be opportunities, friendships, relationships, things that you are not looking. What is being offered to you? What is the universe, the spirit, anything? What is there being handed to you and you're not paying attention to you? And it's also bringing you the guidance of choose your battles right now. There are things that are really not worth your energy, your time, or a second thought. And so choose something that you have not been paying attention to, and the things that you have been paying attention to that either do not work or are depleting you, not worth it. And instead, by doing all of this, you are shifting the energy around you. Different changes are coming that are very positive, but this is moving, this wheel is moving by you making different changes. All right. I hope you liked your reading. Give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share this message, as there may be somebody who really needs to hear it right now or who could really benefit from it. And if you want us to look more at your particular situation, please reach out for more information or go to my website or my Gumroad storefront to book or purchase your session or reading. All right, let's look at the Purple Fairy. All right, the Purple Fairy. So let's set the intention, wiggle the energy, and wake them up and set the intention. We would like guidance, messages, and reflections, anything you can give us for our weekend. We would like to break it down also on what's advised or suggested for Saturday and then for Sunday, in love and light for our highest good. All right, let's begin. Oopsie. All right. 2 cards for the main guidance. All right. Oops, they feel like they all wanted to come out here for a second. All right. Okay, these cards are talkative today. Oopsie. All right. So here. These ones were jumpy. They're eager to help. All right, let's see the main guidance or advice. And it comes from Major Arcana 4, the Forest Lord. That would be the Emperor in traditional tarot. And the Green Mother, and that's the Empress. And look at this. Interesting. 2 major arcanas. That they swapped position, but that's the Emperor and the Empress. So major arcana, impactful, an important message. All right, the Emperor. What advice, what do we need to know about our weekend, and what energies are calling us to do, or what are the spirits of the card are advising us to do based on the energies around? So this weekend is about handling it in a very structured way, but also it's about caring, right? So structure your weekend in a way that maybe you get to see the people you love or to do the things you love and you want to thrive in your life, right? So it's not about impulsivity and just flowing. No, it's about structuring your weekend, really thinking right now, very practical. What are some things that you want? What are some things that you need to do? What are things that you would like some time for? Structure it. Structure it well. And then make sure that mostly is about things that you love or you want to bring to life. So either about spending time with people you care about or structuring your weekend and time towards projects or things that you need to work for. So a very structured approach that focuses mostly on things that you love and that you know you need to pour energy and time right now. What about Saturday? And the eight of challenges, look at that, right? So challenges would be swords in traditional tarot. And what is this card telling us? This card is usually about a lot of mental chatter and negative, intrusive thoughts that are around us. But remember, this card, the spirit of this card is giving us advice right now, right? So what is the Eight of Challenges or Eight of Swords telling us? And it is saying, stop the mental chatter, right? There are times that your own thoughts are not only imprisoning you, but they are not allowing you to see all the options or all the possibilities, right? So you are not stuck in anything. The only things that are making you believe that you're stuck are your thoughts or your own beliefs about something. So this card is giving you homework because I love when the cards give us homework. And the card is saying, examine your thought patterns right now. Is there an area where you feel stuck? Is there an area where you feel there is nowhere to go? Is there something that you cannot see the options in front of you? And this card is saying it all has to do with the way you're thinking about it, with either your own thoughts, beliefs are limiting you or imprison you. And the only way out is by you examining your thoughts about it, right? And what about Sunday? And Sunday, another major arcana, and that's the oldest one. That's usually the Hierophant, right? And the Hierophant is also very structured, like the Emperor, right? It is about learning. It is a very traditional approach, right? And so the Hierophant is saying, all right, for Sunday, are there certain things that you know you need to do, right? That maybe you're putting off? Somebody you may need to reach out, right? That is waiting for some message or something that you need to tell them? Or is it that you need advice about something and it is time to reach out to someone that maybe you've been putting off as well? All right, so let's put it together. So this weekend for you, you're being called to structure your weekend. Structure the things, structure it very solidly, right? Very what you need to do, what you would like to do. So make sure that your weekend is structured in a very solid way. And making time for those things that you know require your energy, your love, your time, your effort. So it's about important things this weekend. It's not about being impulsive or doing just what we like. Now, Saturday. Saturday is about looking at the way you've been thinking, right? And this is telling you your thoughts right now are not allowing you to see all the opportunities or all the ways that are out there. So this card is saying, please ground, center, and think, in what area am I feeling stuck, right? What part of my life is giving me a feel of like this has no solution, right? Or where do I go from here? So is that you want to look at, right? And then examine your thoughts about the situation. And Sunday is mostly about keeping it conservative and traditional in a way, right? Reaching out to somebody who may be looking for your support, and also thinking about if there is some support or some guidance that you need at this time, or that you've been needing and you have not been reaching out for. All right, I hope you liked your weekend messages. Give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share this video. Also, these are collective readings, right? So if you want us to look at your personal situation, please reach out and we can make an appointment for a live session, right? That can be done either by phone or video call, or even a pre-recorded reading if you would like to have a reading like this video delivered to you, or we can do audio so you can keep looking at it or hearing the message. All right, thank you very much for watching. You have a fantastic day and brightest blessings your way.